The 10 best credit cards for travel in 2019. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining. And if you like to travel for free, well, you are in the right place because I'll be counting down my 10 favorite cards, credit cards to use for travel to redeem for free travel, free awards. The cards that are on this list, they'll be on this list for one of three reasons, or maybe three of three reasons. It depends on the card. But the first one could be that it earns a really good sign-up bonus. The second one is that it can earn really good points or miles per spend. And the third is that there can be some really great ongoing benefits for having the card. At the end of this video, I'll count down some of the other cards I have in my wallet that didn't make the top 10, and I'll conclude with some bonus tips for helping you meet your minimum spend so you can get those sign-up bonuses. The 10th best card for travel in 2019 is the Citibank Citi Costco card. This card is a cash back card. It earns a percentage cash back based upon how much you spend. This card is on here because of the earn per spend. You get 4% cash back on gas, 3% cash back on travel, 2% cash back on Costco, and 1% cash back on anything else. There's no annual fee, there's no sign-up bonus, but if you're doing a lot of spend on Costco, travel, and gas, this card could be pretty good for you because you don't have to worry about miles and points and where you can redeem it and where you can't. Citibank also offers a Sam's Club version of the same card. It's just the Sam's Club variant. The 9th best card for travel in 2019 is the Fidelity Cash Back card. This is another cash back card. It's pretty simple. It earned 2% cash back on everything, everywhere. No categories, no dates, no times, no gimmicks, just 2% cash back on everything that you buy. I mentioned this one because I think it's the simplest. There's a bunch of other 2% type cashback cards. You can take a look around and see which one you like. The other one I'll mention is the Citi Double Cash card. It earns 1% cash when you buy something and then 1% cash back when you pay off the bill. But it works out to be 2% either way. I prefer the Fidelity just for its simpleness. These are the only two cash back cards I have on this list. All the other cards that I'm going to talk about on this list earn some form of travel currency, being it membership rewards, ultimate rewards, United Miles, Marriott points, things like that. So on with the list to number 8. The 8th best card for travel in 2019 is the American Express Gold card. This is a new gold card, and so we'll start with the sign-up bonus. It has a pretty good one. You can earn 25,000 membership rewards points by spending $2,000 in the first 3 months. Plus they have another bonus where if you spend at restaurants, you'll get 20% back of your spend at restaurants in the first 3 months of card ownership, up to $100 of a statement credit. Some perks for just having the card: it comes with a $100 airline credit. You pick your airline at the beginning of the year, say like American Airlines, Southwest, and then if you buy incidental things like baggage fees, seat upgrades, it'll credit $100 back to your card for those purchases. The American Express Gold card also includes a $120 dining credit that is given to you $10 per month that can be used on certain restaurants like Ruth's, Chris, Shake Shack, Cheesecake Factory, or Grubhub. Basically, you buy something from one of those restaurants and up to $10 per month is credited back to your statement. From an earning perspective, based on dollars spent, this card is best at restaurants, supermarkets, and travel. It earns 4x membership rewards points on restaurants and supermarkets, and then it earns 3x points on travel. It earns 1x points on everything else. By the way, when I use the term 4x, 3x, 1x, that's the typical frequent flyer speak for just how many points you get per dollar spent on the card. And the points earned in this card are membership rewards points, the typical currency that's earned on most of the basic American Express cards that you can redeem and transfer to a lot of different programs. Oh, just a caveat on the travel: you can get the 3x points only if you book the travel directly through AMEXtravel.com. This card does have kind of a middle of the pack annual fee, $250, but if you take a look at those perks with the airline credit and the dining credit, you pretty much make those back right away. And the sign-up bonus, well, then you're way above that annual fee. The 7th best card for travel in 2019 is the Chase World of Hyatt credit card. This card has a lot of great perks. Let's start with the bonus. It's a tiered bonus. You can earn up to 60,000 World of Hyatt points, 40,000 World of Hyatt points after spending $3,000 in the first 3 months, and then if you spend $6,000 in the first 6 months, you can get another 20,000 World of Hyatt points. This card also has some pretty good ongoing benefits of having the card if you stay at Hyatt hotels. The first one, and a lot of hotel credit cards are rolling this out, is a free night at Hyatt hotels every year that you have the card. And if you spend $15,000 or more on the card each year, then you actually get another free night at Hyatt hotels. So that's a pretty good benefit of just having the card and putting a little bit of spend on it. Also, it comes with 5 elite nights that count to your Hyatt status, and you get 2 more elite nights to your Hyatt status per every $5,000 that you spend on the card. And just by having the card, you get a little bit of elite status in Hyatt. It comes with Hyatt Discoverist status, which is the basic status at Hyatt. The earn on this card, you get 4 points on every dollar you spend at Hyatt hotels. You get 2 points in kind of a bunch of odd categories like restaurants, cafes, airline tickets, fitness clubs, gym memberships, and then $1 on everything else. The annual fee on this card is $95 every year. That's a pretty low annual fee for all those benefits, particularly if you're a regular at Hyatt hotels, which is one of my favorite chains to redeem points for. The 6th best credit card for travel in 2019 is the Capital One Spark Miles for Business card. This is a new card that was just released at the end of 2018. It is a business card, so you have to own a business, be part of a business to apply for this card. But why is it interesting? Well, because it potentially offers a 200,000 point sign-up bonus for getting the card and meeting the minimum spend. Now, this sign-up bonus, it's another one of these 2-tiered sign-up bonuses. You get 50,000 points if you spend $5,000 in 3 months, and then you'll get another 150,000 points if you spend $50,000 over 6 months. If you have a lot of spend that you can put on a credit card, well, then that will be worth about $2,000. That's what those points would be worth for if you redeem them for flights. Now, this earns its Capital One's currency, which transfers 2 Capital One points to 1.5 miles in a variety of different programs, which include 11 different airlines, none of the big US carriers, but there is a carrier in Star Alliance, Oneworld, and SkyTeam, so you could transfer there to book with most of your favorite airline carriers. Then from an earn perspective, this card earns 2 points for every dollar that you spend. No categories, none of that stuff. The annual fee, it's $0 the first year you have the card, and then it's $95 every year after. The 5th best card for travel in 2019 is the Chase Inc. Business Preferred. This is another business card. This is with Chase. It earns points in my favorite travel currency, Chase Ultimate Rewards points. We'll talk more about Chase Ultimate Rewards points later when I get to number 1 and 2 cards. But Chase Ultimate Rewards transfers to what I consider to be the most widest variety of partners, including Hyatt hotels, United Airlines, at least the places that I like to go and the things I like to travel on, and so I find Ultimate Rewards to be the most flexible and valuable currency. The Chase Inc. Business Preferred card earns a pretty good sign-up bonus, 80,000 points if you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months. From an earn perspective, it earns 3 points per dollar spent on travel, internet, phone, and an interesting category, social media advertising. If you do a lot of advertising on places like YouTube or Facebook or things like that, you could earn a lot of points on this card. There really aren't any ongoing bonuses for having this card, and the annual fee is $95. I'll point out this one is also a business card, so you have to have a business to apply for it. But you know what? If you have a blog or a YouTube channel or anything that earns a little bit of revenue, well, you might consider that a business for when you apply for these cards. The 4th best card for travel in 2019, and this one's a mouthful, so I'm just going to read it so I get it right. It's the Citi Business AA Advantage Platinum Select World MasterCard. Wow, that is a mouthful. American Airlines and Citibank have a ton of different American Airlines cards, so it's This particular one, it's also new for this year. It has quite a generous sign-up bonus. It has 70,000 American airline miles after spending $4,000 within the first 4 months of account opening. Some of the benefits for this card include a free checked bag if you're flying on American Airlines and a free companion ticket if you spend more than $30,000. It also comes with no foreign transaction fees, and by the way, most of the cards on this list that have an annual fee come with no foreign transaction fees, so I'm actually not mentioning it on every card because it's actually such a common benefit. If you travel a lot and you don't have at least one card with no foreign transaction fees, you should make sure you have at least one in your wallet for when you travel internationally. You earn 2 miles per dollar spent on American Airlines flights, telecommunications, cable and satellite providers, rental cars, and at gas stations. The annual fee is $99. It's waived the first year you have the card. The third best card for travel in 2019 is the Platinum Card by American Express. This card comes in a lot of different variants. It comes in a lot of different countries, so if you're not a US listener, like you're in Canada, the UK, Australia, chances are you can still get this card, though the benefits might be a little bit different in your country. The reason you get this card is for the benefits. The benefits are really good, but it also has a pretty good sign-up bonus too. So let's start with the sign-up bonus. The sign-up bonus is 60,000 membership rewards points after spending $5,000 in the first 3 months. Membership rewards points transfer to 17 different transfer partners. I talked about this earlier about the value of having a flexible currency. It's one thing to have points in United or American Airlines and you have to fly with that airline or that alliance, but it's so much better to have your currency, your travel currency or your points in something that transfers to a lot of different partners, so when you're going to some place like Fiji, you can find that you can transfer points into the alliance that you want to redeem flights for. I won't read the whole list of 17, I'll just put them right here so you can see what those 17 transfer partners are. And in addition to airlines, it also has 3 hotel transfer partners. It'll transfer to Choice Hotels, Hilton Hotels, and Starwood Hotels, but I will point out that I think the airline transfers for membership rewards are a better value. From an earn perspective, the Platinum Card earns 5x points on air travel and prepaid hotels booked through American Express's website, 1 point on everything else. Okay, but now let's talk about the benefits. The benefits, really amazing. Starts with a $200 airline credit, similar to the American Express Gold Card that I mentioned earlier. The way this works, you pick your airline, Southwest, American, United, whatever, and then your incidental expenses get credited back via American Express up to $200 per calendar year. It also comes with a credit for Uber. It's a $200 annual credit for Uber, and that's parceled out per month. So you get $15 per month to basically use on Uber rides for free. You have to use it or lose it, but you can also use it on Uber Eats if you're not a big Uber rider to get Uber for free. It comes with a global entry credit, $100 that you can use for global entry membership or TSA PreCheck. Some of the other cards on this list have that too that I didn't mention. A new benefit they've added is a $100 annual credit with Saks Fifth Avenue, so you can buy free stuff on Saks Fifth Avenue on their website or at their stores. It comes with a bunch of different status perks like Hilton Gold, Hertz, Avis, National Rental Car perks, so you get better treatment at those places. But my favorite perk is the lounge access, and you get this in 2 different things. One, it comes with Priority Pass. This is a value of $99 per year, and it gives you basically access into the Priority Pass network of lounges, which is thousands of lounges around the world. But my favorite perk is the Centurion Lounge access. American Express runs its own collection of lounges at a number of airports. They're called the Centurion Lounge. The Centurion Lounges are great. By having this card, you get free access into the Centurion Lounges where you get lots of really great food, places to rest, and if you're flying domestically in the US, and I go through San Francisco a lot, getting my meal at the Centurion Lounge coming and going, I look at that as about a $20 value each way, so that can really add up. Now, this card does have a big annual fee. It's $550 a year is the annual fee, but if you take a look at the Uber credit, the travel credit, the Earn, the lounge credit, credit, it can really be worth it. And American Express purchase protection is amazing. If you buy something on this card and you basically break it in the first few months, American Express will replace it for free. My wife, OC Girl, she actually dropped her iPhone after having it for just a few weeks, and we submitted a claim, and American Express credited us back the entire purchase price for the iPhone so we could buy a new one after we broke that one. The second best card for travel in 2019 is the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card. This is number 2, but kind of tied with number 1. Both these cards kind of go together. It depends how much you spend on the card, but I consider the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card to be the best all-around card if you're just getting started in this whole game of miles and points for travel. And if you're gonna get one card and you don't spend a lot yet, this is probably the one card you should get. It has all around a good sign-up bonus, all around good spend, and all around pretty good benefits with not too high of an annual fee. So first, let's talk about the sign-up bonus. You get 50,000 Ultimate Rewards points for spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of card ownership, and if you add an authorized user, you can get another 5,000 Ultimate Rewards points. The annual fee is waived on this card for the first year. It's $95 every year after. The earnings spend, you earn 2 points per dollar on travel and restaurants, 1 point everywhere else. Now, this is earned in the Ultimate Rewards currency that transfers to a lot of great travel partners, including Hyatt Hotels, one of my favorite hotels, which is not a transfer partner for American Express that I mentioned earlier. That's one reason why I like these. I earn a lot of my Ultimate Rewards points ultimately to redeem at Hyatt Hotels. The number 1 best card for travel in 2019, it's another Chase Sapphire card, but this is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This is a card they've introduced recently in the last 2 years. This is Chase's premium card. It does have a pretty high annual fee, but it can earn more points, and so if you spend a lot, then you can earn even more on this card. But I should mention, you can only have one of these Chase Sapphire cards. You can't hold both of them currently. Well, if you currently have both, you can, but Chase is not allowing you to sign up for one and the other. You can switch between the two products, but you can't get both as new card holders. The Chase Sapphire Reserve has a similar sign-up bonus to the previous one, 50,000 Ultimate Rewards points for spend in the first 3 months of card ownership. Now, where this one differentiates itself, the annual fee is higher. It's $450 every year, but it comes with a $300 travel credit, and they're very generous with the categories they consider travel. There's a lot of different things they consider travel, and it's much like that American Express credit I talked about. Basically, you buy something they consider travel, and they rebate it right back to you. It also comes with a $100 global entry or TSA pre-check credit, pretty similar to some other cards I mentioned before, and it comes with that same Priority Pass membership that I talked about in American Express, except the Chase version has unlimited guests, so if you have a big family, you can bring them all into the lounge with you as you go in. So the other big differentiation between this card and the Preferred card is the earn. The Preferred card earns 2x points on travel and restaurants. This card earns 3x points on travel and restaurants, so 3 points per every dollar spend. So if you spend more than $12,000 a year on travel and restaurants, travel being a really broad area, then you'll definitely make your money back on the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. A few honorable mentions, there's a whole bunch of other cards that are like these rotating category cards. Chase Freedom is an example of it that earns like 5x points in certain categories. Those can be pretty good, but they're usually limited circumstances, so I didn't include any of those rotating category cards in this list. I also have other cards in my wallet not on this list, like the United card, the Marriott card. I keep them for some of the benefits. That's probably for another video. And finally, if you're struggling with this saying, Chris, the minimum spend on these cards is huge, well, I have a tip for you. There's this new service called Plastic. It's Plastic with a Q, and it's basically a website that allows you to use your credit card to pay for things that you ordinarily couldn't use a credit card for. So for example, if you have a mortgage, you have a homeowners association, you have utility bills that only accept like a check for payment, well, you can use Plastic, give them your credit card, and they will send them a check. It's a great way to meet your minimum spend with those bills that you already pay. If you want to check out Plastic, I have a link in the description below. You'll get 500 fee-free dollars for using it. I'll get a few fee-free dollars if you use that link too, which I would definitely appreciate, but check out Plastic to help you meet that minimum spend. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, you might also enjoy watching this video, which has a whole bunch more content and tips about using credit cards to help you maximize your travel rewards. It's basically the advanced companion to this video. So I won't say goodbye because I'll see you right over there.